I wonder if Nico Harrison feels like he made a mistake trading away Luka Doncic. The fan base and the NBA don't understand why this happened. Only Nico knows what happened, and for whatever reason, the front office at the Mavs decided to agree with Nico and agree with this trade. There seems to be some sort of insider scoop, some sort of information that we don't know, because even the NBA is puzzled as to why Luka wasn't offered to the whole NBA. Why was this done in secret, and why were the Lakers the only team that knew? The third team involved in the Luka trade, the Jazz, their general manager only found out 30 minutes before the official trade who was being dealt in this trade. Now, before we get into this video, I do want to say, AD, Max Christie, welcome to Dallas. You guys are probably going to be amazing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys pull on a Mavs jumper and play for the team. This is not on you guys at all, and sorry if you guys feel hated against or anything like that, but the city of Dallas are going to bring you in with open arms. This is just about Luka being the guy that the Mavs fans wanted to represent us for the rest of his career. Even he wanted to be here for the rest of his career. He just recently purchased a $15 million house. He's just had a daughter. He just led the team to the Western Conference Finals. And I just don't understand why things led to this point. Now, Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd were on a press conference recently. They told their side of the story, and I firmly believe that Jason Kidd had nothing to do with this trade. I firmly believe that Mark Cuban didn't have anything to do with this trade. He's just as puzzled as the rest of the fans are. Now, Luka is officially a Laker, and it hurts. It stings. But the reasons why Nico has tried to put out there are just the most idiotic nonsense I've ever heard. One of the phrases and one of the quotes from his press conferences is that he was worried that Luka was going to end up like Joel Embiid. Luka's played 422 games for Dallas during his 7 seasons in the NBA and has been sidelined for 90 games. Joel Embiid has been sidelined for over half his games. He's played 400 and missed 470. Some sort of insane stat like that. Luka, in his recent MRI, weighed 265 pounds. If they really wanted Luka to get in shape, they should have just said that. And he probably would have gone away and got in shape. He was meant to come back from a calf injury in the next few weeks. And now he's gone, and the city of Dallas are hurt because of Nico's actions. The one thing I'm mostly concerned about is we got one first-round pick for Luka Doncic, one of the best players in the NBA. Fox just got 3 picks for the Kings. And other superstars that are way older than Luka managed multiple first-round picks. I mean, Mikal Bridges just went for 5 recently. Rudy Gobert went for 5 when he got traded from the Jazz. This all just doesn't make sense to me. Now, our window of opportunity with Kyrie being in his 30s and AD being in his 30s is probably maybe 3, 4, 5 years max. And then we're going to have to reset. Luka's 25 years old. We could have had him for another 10 years and continuously brought players to the team and kept rebuilding around Luka. Now, Klay Thompson signed with Dallas because of Luka Doncic. Kyrie Irving came to Dallas because of Luka. All these other superstars, or not superstars, but all these other stars on our team, the players on our team, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, Yafford, all the players on the team are shocked. Most of them missed the game recently against the Cavs, which led to us getting absolutely whacked by the Cavs. And all these players on the team were better because Luka was on the squad. I just don't understand Nico's actions. There's got to be some sort of secret agenda behind shipping out the superstar of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, he might have a personal grudge against Luka. There might be some sort of foul play or conspiracy on the other side of this. But Nico's going to go down in history as the guy who traded Luka. And I don't see this working out well for him. Luka's going to go be brilliant wherever he ends up. He's at the Lakers right now. He could definitely decline his player option leading into next season and go anywhere he wants. Not only did we trade Luka, but we cost him close to $200 million because he's unable to take that Supermax extension at the end of next season. I would hold the biggest grudge against a team if they did that to me. But Luka felt like this was his second home. He's from Slovenia, and he has said himself that Dallas is his home away from home. And we uprooted him and sent him packing for nothing. Now, we're not talking about just the run-of-the-mill player here. Luka in 2024-2025 has been injured a little bit, yes, while still averaging 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and half a block per game, on 46% from the field and 35% from 3. This guy dragged the Dallas Mavericks to a Western Conference Finals appearance last year, and we won. In 10 games in Western Conference Finals, Luka's averaged 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. Luka led teams far worse than the one last year into NBA champions or into the NBA championships, and almost got us to multiple Western Conference Finals. We were in the NBA Finals last year going up against Boston. We currently have rivalries building against OKC, Boston, the Timberwolves. We were destined to have Luka on this team carrying those rivalries for years to come. And that's just gone. Even if we win a championship with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis in the next 2 years, it's not going to feel the same. Everything we suffered through alongside Luka is for nothing. And now Dallas fans have to watch him go be great for the Lakers. He's probably going to win multiple MVPs. He's probably going to win multiple championships next to LeBron James. And that's because he's now in a bigger market. If you look at the followers on Twitter, Mavs compared to the Lakers, he's going to have a lot more representation out in the media. People are going to start turning their eyes into what Luka does. He's in a big city now, a big team that are actually going to get behind him and push his MVP case. I feel like that's one thing that Dallas failed to do in the last 2 years. This guy's a 5-time All-Star. He only missed the All-Star game this year because he's been hurt. And he's been hurt because he puts his body on the line for the Mavs. He was banged up last year in the finals and still came out and put on a show for the fans. He cares about us fans more than this front office does. And Nico Harrison took that away from us. We went from Dirk to Luka. That legacy of perseverance, of loyalty with Dirk was going to be carried through Luka, and that's just been cut short. Now we're probably going to lose Mark Cuban. We're probably going to lose Dirk Nowitzki. He's probably going to walk away from the Mavs because Luka was his last tie here. He doesn't have to stick around anymore. None of these guys have to stick around anymore. The Mavs have turned from a Western Conference contender into a joke. And yes, the team is still good on paper, but the fans are turning against the Dallas Mavericks so quickly that at the end of the day, it's not going to matter anymore. If there's no fans to really care, why has this been done in the first place? And Nico thinks he's smart and thinks he did the right thing, but just look at how this has been received by fans. The whole NBA, not just Dallas fans, but the whole group of NBA fans around the world are all collectively shocked at what happened. This is a guy that won Rookie of the Year. This is a guy that's carried terrible Dallas teams to finals. And we finally decide to build around Luka. We bring in Clay, we bring in Gafford, we bring in PJ, we bring in Kyrie, and now we trade Luka, the guy we've been building around for the last 3 years. Because the 4 years prior, we decided to let Luka have Tim Hardaway Jr. and Reggie Bullock as teammates and Dwight Powell as his starting center. I still don't understand why this trade fully went through. Now, this is being recorded on the 4th of February here in Australia, and this trade happened 3 days ago. And I've been going through the motions thinking, why did this happen? And I still don't understand. Nico can spin it all he wants about conditioning, about playing games, about being slightly overweight. I don't think that matters. I think Dallas fans would have rather have Luka on one leg crawling up and down the court than to see him play for another team. Now he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to come and destroy the Mavs every time he plays them. And fans are probably going to cheer that. Fans are probably going to cheer for the Lakers when they play the Mavs. And if we start to boycott games, if we protest, if we complain, there's nothing that's going to be done about it now. I already know the next home game for the Mavs, there's a protest scheduled. There's people that are going to throw their Luka jumpers onto the court. The only way we're going to hit them hard is if we don't go to the games. And I still feel like that's not enough. And it's going to make guys like Kyrie, Clay, AD now, that it's going to make them suffer because, they don't deserve this. They're just put in this position by a general manager who really doesn't care. The last thing I'm going to say about this is that we definitely made a mistake. Nico Harrison made the biggest mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make it the rest of the season. If he walks away, this was all for nothing. This was all just done possibly out of spite, possibly out of hatred, but the way fans are reacting, he's not going to last very long. I just don't understand at the end of the day why this happened. Luka is going to go down in history as probably a top 10 player of all time. If he retired today, he's a Hall of Famer. That's just clear as day. You have NBA legends out there preaching about Luka and the way he plays. Luka got Kobe Bryant out of the house to watch him play an NBA game. Even Klay Thompson has addressed that multiple times. This guy was special, and this guy was Dallas basketball. This guy was the heart and soul of the Mavs. There's so many people out there that have fond memories and even came to watch the NBA because of Luka, and we just threw that all away. I don't understand. I'm never going to understand. I'm still going to support the Mavs, but I'm going to be following Luka wherever he goes next because he deserves that love and he deserves that respect. And I really honestly hope he knows how respected and how loved he really was. I hope he wins multiple MVPs in the Lakers uniform. I hope he goes on to win Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals. I hope he rubs it in. But at the end of the day, I hope he does what LeBron did and comes home at the end of his career. Retire a Mav. I know we don't owe him anything. He doesn't owe us anything. But he should retire a Mav. When Nico Harrison's gone, when our owners are gone and the dust settles, I hope he feels like he can come back to Dallas because all the fans would absolutely love that. Now, he's probably never going to watch this video, ever. That's pretty clear. But all I can say is thank you. Thank you for the fond memories over the last 7 years. Your debut was amazing. All the finals we won. 73-point game. Your game against the Knicks where you won us the game. All your match winners. Dragging us to the Western Conference Finals last year. Giving us hope in the NBA Finals. And making us believe up until that last game that we could potentially come back and win the finals. Luka, thank you for everything. This is goodbye.